The first full moon of 2025 is almost upon us. But what many don't realize is that it's not just another celestial event. It's a powerful spiritual moment. If you're not prepared, it could pull you into a spiritual trap. This isn't the time to mindlessly follow the crowd and dive into rituals or meditations just because everyone else is doing it. Here's the twist. This full moon is merging with the energy of the 111 portal, which peaked just yesterday. That portal hasn't closed, and it's intensifying everything right now. Your emotions, your intuition, and even the energy of the people around you. It's like turning up the spiritual volume to its highest setting. This full moon could bring chaos if you're not careful, especially if you're spiritually attuned. The truth is, not everyone is ready for this kind of intensity. If you're not grounded or prepared, tapping into this energy could backfire, leaving you confused or misaligned instead of clear and centered. It's essential to know what to avoid during tomorrow's full moon. So ask yourself, are you ready to face it? Before lighting that candle or setting your intentions, take a moment to pause. The energy swirling around right now is an incredibly powerful amplifier. It means that fire will magnify your intentions, either for better or worse. The problem is, if you're carrying unresolved anger, chaotic emotions, or self-doubt, lighting a candle could unintentionally bring more of that into your life. Fire listens to your heart, not your words. You can speak positive affirmations, but if your spirit isn't aligned, that flame may bring in exactly what you're trying to avoid. So before you strike that match, cleanse yourself and your space. Use your breath to release any negativity in your mind. Your energy is the wick, and the flame will only follow. Take a moment to truly sit with your intentions and feel them in your body, because once that flame ignites, there's no turning back. Candles are powerful tools of transformation, but only when the person using them is clear and grounded. Mirrors are a part of our everyday lives, but tomorrow, be cautious. The full moon's energy will amplify everything, and mirrors are already potent spiritual tools on their own. When combined, they create a powerful effect that goes beyond just the physical. Mirrors during the full moon can act as portals, reflecting more than just your surface self. They can reflect your energy, your light, and even your shadow. Staring into a mirror for too long tomorrow might feel strange, as if your reflection isn't quite your own, like it's watching you back. While this may sound eerie, it's not about fear. It's about understanding that mirrors hold truths you may not be ready to face. I'm not suggesting you avoid mirrors entirely, just don't linger. Look at yourself, brush your hair, and go about your evening. But don't lose yourself in the reflection, because the longer you stare, the more likely you are to invite energies that thrive on the heightened veil of the full moon. Instead, focus inward. The moon itself is already a cosmic mirror, reflecting enough of your inner world. Use tomorrow to connect with yourself directly, without the distraction of glass and silver. What you seek in the mirror can only be found within. Tonight, as the full moon rises, don't be surprised if your dreams become more vivid, intense, and even unsettling. The energy of the full moon amplifies everything, reaching deep into the subconscious and stirring up emotions, thoughts, and memories that usually remain hidden. While the moon traditionally speaks softly, tonight it shouts, calling forth your deepest fears, desires, and unresolved emotions. The light of the full moon doesn't just illuminate your strengths and desires. It also casts shadows, revealing parts of yourself that you might not be fully aware of or may have avoided confronting. As you drift off to sleep, be mindful that the dreams you experience may feel more profound or chaotic than usual. They might even be disturbing at times. But remember, Not everything that manifests in these dreams is a reflection of reality. The moon's energy can twist the symbols in your subconscious, turning them into exaggerated or distorted versions of your thoughts, emotions, or the energy surrounding you. These vivid dreams may not be direct messages or omens, but rather amplified signals from your inner world, trying to help you process the heightened energy around you. If you wake up feeling unsettled by the intensity of your dreams, don't panic. Take a moment to breathe and reassure yourself that these dreams are not prophecies. Rather than rushing to interpret them or take drastic action, try to view them as symbolic echoes, profound messages from the subconscious meant to assist you in navigating this turbulent energy, not literal truths. The key is to recognize that not every dream is a message you must act on right away. Sometimes these dreams are simply the mind's way of making sense of your internal landscape in a heightened emotional state. One of the best ways to process these dreams is to write them down as soon as you wake up. Journaling allows you to untangle the symbols, emotions, and energy that underlie the dream experience. By putting these dreams into words, you begin to create a distance between yourself and the sometimes overwhelming emotions they stir. Look for patterns, what feels meaningful and what seems to be just noise. Writing helps clarify what parts of the dream resonate with you deeply and what might simply be the byproduct of an overstimulated mind. Keep in mind that dreams are riddles, not answers, and they offer an opportunity for introspection rather than immediate action. It's important not to let the full moon's powerful energy push you into making major life decisions or assumptions based on dreams alone. When emotions are running high, clarity can be clouded, and what seems like an urgent truth can often be the result of internal turmoil rather than clear guidance. Instead, trust in your intuition, which is especially sharp during this lunar phase. Your inner compass is finely attuned, guiding you toward truths that may have been elusive in quieter times. Tomorrow, pay attention to those small but persistent nudges from your gut, the quiet whispers of insight that appear unexpectedly. These subtle feelings and sudden moments of clarity are often the most reliable guides, helping you navigate through the emotional haze and revealing the truths that have been lurking in the background. The full moon may be casting its light in many directions, but your intuition will help you focus on what truly matters. Under the ethereal glow of the full moon, an energy unlike any other envelops the night, heightening your intuition and sensitivity. It's a time when you may begin to notice strange synchronicities in your life, perhaps recurring numbers, familiar faces appearing at unexpected moments, or vivid dreams that feel too real to simply dismiss as just the imagination at play. These signs, however small, carry messages meant to guide you, urging you to pay attention and trust in the subtle wisdom they bring. Yet, there's an important truth to recognize. Dismissing these quiet nudges as mere coincidences can leave you blind to the opportunities they present. Each nudge, each whisper from the universe holds the potential for clarity, healing, and insight if you're open to receiving it. The full moon doesn't speak loudly, it speaks softly, urging you to listen closely and connect deeply with your inner self. If you ignore these signs, you may miss the chance to avoid a mistake or to learn something crucial for your journey. As the full moon casts its light, it beckons you to pay attention, but only if you're willing to trust that inner voice, the one that speaks in quiet moments when the world around you grows still. The moon doesn't come to simply hang in the sky and be ignored. Its energy offers profound insights, yet it's so easy to be distracted in our busy lives. Many of us tend to numb ourselves or retreat into distractions as a means of escaping the weight of reality. Whether it's binging on our favorite shows, scrolling endlessly through social media, or losing ourselves in other forms of distraction. These moments of escape can seem harmless, but under the full moon's intense energy, they can be more detrimental than we realize. When we overindulge in distractions, we block ourselves from the very things that can help us grow and heal. The energy of the full moon invites us to be present, to feel everything in its full intensity, both the joyous moments and the challenging ones. It's a time to embrace the fullness of our emotions, not shy away from them. If we choose to escape too often or too deeply, we risk cutting ourselves off from the lessons the moon's light can offer. These lessons can bring clarity, healing, and a deeper understanding of ourselves, but they require our presence to unfold. This isn't to say you should retreat to a quiet room and meditate in silence all night long. Of course, enjoy your favorite activities, listen to music, or watch something that makes you feel good. But remain mindful and engaged in the moment, rather than letting the pull of escapism completely numb your awareness. The energy of the full moon is transformative, but only if you allow it to be. Tomorrow night, take the time to connect with yourself in a meaningful way. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Or, what am I distracting myself from? These questions can be uncomfortable, but they are the ones that lead to true transformation. Sometimes the most profound shifts happen not through grand gestures or dramatic events, but through simply allowing ourselves to feel and be present with our emotions. The moon's light shines brightly, illuminating the path ahead, but only if you're willing to face what it reveals. So don't shy away from what comes up. The full moon is here to help you see yourself more clearly, and in doing so, guide you toward deeper healing and growth. Let its glow be a reminder that you have everything you need to navigate whatever arises. Trust in the process and allow yourself to be present in the moment. It might be the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. Have you ever had that unsettling feeling during a full moon, as if something or someone was watching you, lingering just beyond your awareness? It's a sensation that feels almost tangible, something that can't easily be brushed off. You might think it's just your imagination, but you're not mistaken. This sensation is real, and it's tied to the unique energy that a full moon brings. During these phases, our spiritual sensitivity is heightened, allowing us to pick up on vibrations that are usually undetectable. This is not about supernatural hauntings or fictional horror stories, but rather an experience where the veil between worlds becomes thinner. The full moon acts like a magnifying glass, amplifying energy that is often unseen. This heightened sensitivity might bring with it the feeling of being observed, as though there is a presence in the shadows, watching you intently. What you're experiencing could be the lingering energy of others, or perhaps spiritual presences that feel unusually close, more perceptible than at other times. These energies are not inherently malevolent. They are simply echoes of the world beyond, vibrations that we typically cannot access. It's as though you are tuned into a frequency that's usually silent, a hidden hum of the universe. Rather than succumbing to fear, it's important to acknowledge that this sensation is a natural part of the energy that accompanies the full moon. Fear only amplifies what you are already feeling, creating resistance that intensifies the unease. Understanding this moment as one of increased energy and sensitivity can help you navigate it with calmness. You don't need to embrace the feelings entirely or fully understand them. Simply recognizing them as a part of the lunar cycle can make them easier to release. Think of it as a cloud drifting across the moonlit sky, present for a moment, but passing quickly. At times, you may feel an almost irresistible pull towards certain doors or thresholds under the full moon's influence. These doors can symbolize various pathways in life, emotional, spiritual, or even physical. Whether out of curiosity, nostalgia, or a deeper longing, some doors can feel magnetic, calling you to open them. It's as if the energy of the full moon awakens something deep within you, encouraging exploration. However, not all doors are meant to be opened. Some lead to clarity and enlightenment, offering light and new perspectives, but others may bring chaos or confusion. The energy of the full moon can sometimes cloud judgment, and acting impulsively could lead you down paths that stir up more than you bargained for. It's crucial to listen to your intuition, discerning which doors will serve your higher good and which might bring about unnecessary turmoil. When you feel that pull, pause and reflect. Trust in your ability to discern, and remember that not every opportunity or invitation needs to be accepted, no matter how magnetic it may seem. Allow yourself to move through this heightened energy with mindfulness and awareness, embracing the clarity and guidance it offers without rushing into decisions that may later need to be undone. The full moon invites you to reflect, to release, and to prepare for what's next without being swept away by the tidal forces of its energy. This isn't just about the literal doors you might encounter in your everyday life. It extends to the metaphorical doors as well, those that lead to the past, to unresolved situations, or to relationships and experiences that no longer align with your highest good or your truest self. We all have moments where the pull of the past feels particularly strong, urging us to revisit things we thought we'd left behind. It might be a temptation to revisit a habit, a situation, or a person who once drained your energy or kept you stuck in an unhealthy cycle. And it's easy to fall for the allure of this temptation, especially when the full moon intensifies emotions and memories in ways that are hard to ignore. The full moon has a unique way of illuminating not just what is currently present in your life, but also what has been hidden in the shadows of your past. It can bring unresolved issues to the surface, like a sudden flood of emotions, or even a nostalgic longing for something or someone that no longer serves your well-being. Why does this happen? The energy of the full moon acts as a magnifier, bringing everything to the forefront, especially those feelings and situations that you might have hoped were behind you. It amplifies not only what you're currently feeling, but also what you've buried or left unresolved. You might find yourself suddenly longing to check in with a person, an old situation, or even a part of yourself you thought you'd moved past. And while these feelings can feel intense, it's important to pause and ask yourself a crucial question. What is really on the other side of this door? It's easy to think you're opening a door to closure or resolution, but in reality, what you might find behind it could be more complicated and potentially more harmful than you imagined. Promises of closure or reconciliation can sometimes be seductive, but they often lead to more heartbreak or confusion than expected. Old habits, even those that seemed well under control, may resurface, ready to drag you back into a spiral of negativity, self-doubt, or unhealthy patterns. It's not just about what you see on the surface. Even actions that seem innocent or well-intentioned could bring consequences you're not fully prepared to face. The full moon doesn't simply shine light on what's in front of you. It also uncovers the shadows from the past, bringing them back to life in ways that can be challenging or overwhelming. This doesn't mean you need to live in fear of the past or try to shield yourself from every potential trigger. Rather, it's about exercising discernment and making wise choices. It's about being mindful of what you allow back into your life. Reflect on your emotions and your motivations. Why are you thinking about revisiting certain things or people now? Are you genuinely seeking closure, healing, or understanding? Or are you simply trying to fill a void, perhaps out of loneliness or unresolved feelings? The energy you invite into your life at this time, whether it's from people, habits, or even your own thoughts, will have a lingering effect that extends far beyond the moment. The full moon brings with it a powerful invitation to reflect, to release, and to move forward with clarity and intention. The key is not to rush into decisions or to be swept away by the tidal wave of emotions and memories that the full moon stirs up. Take time to ground yourself and reflect on what truly serves your growth and well-being. Use this time to release what no longer belongs in your life and to make space for what supports your highest good. Your future self will thank you for the wisdom and care you take in this moment. Not everything in life deserves your attention, and not every opportunity or challenge requires you to take action. The world presents countless doors, but not all of them need to be opened. By consciously deciding which doors to leave closed, you're not just safeguarding your peace, but also creating space for the opportunities that truly align with your energy and your values. In doing so, you're giving yourself permission to conserve your vitality for what truly matters. The full moon, with all its radiant power, serves as a reminder of this universal truth. You have energy, and that energy is potent. Just like the moon, your inner force is capable of amplification, but you hold the key to how it's channeled. Use that energy wisely, for it is not only the moon that has the potential to magnify things. It's also you. The full moon can be a cosmic catalyst, reflecting back what already exists within you. And here's where it gets interesting. The moon doesn't discriminate. It doesn't separate the light from the shadows, the joy from the sorrow. Everything you feel, think, or experience gets amplified, whether positive or negative. When the full moon rises, you may notice a surge in your emotions, a flood of thoughts, or an intensified sense of energy. It can feel like a magnifying glass is held up to everything inside of you, and depending on what's already there, that reflection can be overwhelming. Negative thoughts, fleeting moments of insecurity, and fears about the future can all become disproportionately magnified under the full moon's light. What might have once been a small worry can suddenly feel enormous, pulling you into its gravitational field. And if you're not careful, you might find yourself caught in a cycle of rumination, where every doubt grows louder, every fear more pronounced. But here's the key to navigating this energy. You're not at the mercy of the full moon. Its power is neutral. It reflects whatever you feed into it. If you give in to negative thoughts, they will expand. If you allow yourself to dwell in insecurity, that insecurity will multiply. The moon doesn't control your thoughts, it simply amplifies what you already harbor inside. That's why it's important to take a step back and question your mental and emotional landscape. Are these thoughts helpful? Are they true? Are they worth feeding? The full moon's influence can create a storm within, but you hold the ability to choose which thoughts and feelings you nurture and which ones you let go. Tomorrow, take the time to pause and observe what arises within you. Mindfulness will be your ally in navigating the powerful energies of the full moon. This is your moment to stand in the stillness, to become aware of the thoughts and emotions that surface without letting them define you. Even if a wave of negativity or doubt tries to overpower you, you can choose to reframe it, to turn your attention toward gratitude, love, and possibility. Set an intention before the full moon rises. A simple act like lighting a candle can help ground you in your power, reminding you that you are the master of your mind. The full moon is not here to overwhelm you. It's here to illuminate the truth of your strength and resilience. So, as the full moon rises, remember that it's a tool for self-awareness, not a force that controls you. You are the one who gets to decide how to use its energy. Let the moon's light guide you toward clarity, toward positive transformation, and toward a deeper connection with yourself. Don't let the shadows grow bigger than they are. Instead, focus on the light within you and trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way with grace and power. If you've made it this far, thank you for giving this moment your attention. I appreciate your presence and would love to hear your thoughts or experiences in the comments. If this content resonated with you, feel free to share it with others who may benefit. And if you'd like to explore more of this kind of insightful content, consider subscribing. Your support means the world, and I look forward to bringing you more valuable reflections. Until next time, take care and trust in your own power.